Most, I mean,
Um,
every day or like in a week, how many hours you work as a native camp teacher?
Mostly at night, since right now it's really hot. So
Mhm.
mostly from 8 p.m. to 12. But
Okay.
before I can do the whole day.
All right.
But right now, really hot.
Nice. I totally understand. So again, thank you so much, Teacher Ara. So please take note. She's actually doing a channel now,
Mhm.
so let's support her. Shows, guys, that it's very amazing that Native Camp allows us to what do you call this one, have this opportunity to do what we really want to do aside from teaching, because we have flexi time, we have flexible time to choose. I think that's the thing that I still stay here at Native Camp, even though I know that there are some good opportunities for me as an ESL teacher. There are some companies which offers very big salary, and I was able to try them. And it's just that when it comes to schedule, I think Native Camp still win in that part, right? Okay, so this time I'm gonna ask one of our inspiration in Native Camp. She's also a nanay. Nanay means mommy. She's also helping other teachers to walk through the adversity of application, and also walk through on teacher students experiences, those kind of issues. So she's very advocate also in helping our teachers. So we have here teacher, but I know Nana Jane. What is your native camp name, Nana Jane?
Jane.
Okay, okay, teacher Jane.
Yes, hello teachers. Hello, Sir Frank.
Yes. All right, so you can now share your experience.
Okay, well, I think I have already shared a lot in my YouTube channel. So if you are not yet subscribed, well, I
Mhm.
just used it. Okay, but basically, let me just inform you that it's just been 3 months since I got hired here at Native Camp.
Mhm.
But I love the company already because, like what Sir Frank said, it's very flexible, especially for mothers. Yeah, I really love the company. And although um, there are a lot of applicants right now who are experiencing difficulties, my message to you is just extend your patience. Because
Mhm.
I think, especially nowadays, because of this pandemic, um, it's a test of patience.
Mhm.
And if you don't have that, I think you have to think twice if you really want native camp or not.
Wow. I really agree with that. Like, Native Camp is a great opportunity. It works for me for sure, but it doesn't mean that it will work for you. It's really up to you. It's your decision. It's always like when you say like, would you believe me, teacher Jane, that when you started here at Native Camp, you're also one of those teachers who have problem with it comes to having lessons and with your students.
Yes, of course. There's always that first time, right?
How do
Although I am a teacher by profession, but still, it's still, for me, I consider it as a first time. So
you
it's really hard. But if your heart is there,
Mhm.
everything will be easier.
Yeah, I really like that one. No wonder why a lot of YouTube subscribers love you, Nanay Jane.
Thank you.
Every time I talk to you, it's like, oh, it seems that I'm talking to my mom.
I think that's why my name is Nanay Jane.
All right, again, thank you so much for that wonderful statement or message, teacher Jane. So I have here uh, hand raised with teacher Crone. Yes, teacher Crone.
Hey. Hi everyone. How are you doing? Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
O genki desu ka? So, hi teachers. I am so happy to finally meet all of you today. So, let me just briefly introduce myself. I am Kroni Sikiti and I am from South Africa. I hold a bachelor's degree in education and I'm very passionate in teaching. So, I graduated last year and okay, since there's lockdown, we can't go to work. So I was like, okay, let me look for a platform to teach. And I was just going through so many platforms. Then I came across Native Camp. Wow. And I was like, how am I going to fit in this working environment? You know, you work with so many teachers who are in Asia and other parts of the world. So as someone from South Africa, how am I going to fit in this opportunity? So I was like to myself, okay, it's not really a big deal. I'm a teacher by profession. So with my passion, I can surely make it. So it's been like 1 month for me and a few weeks. I'm still experiencing challenges, but trust me, Native Camp is the perfect platform to improve yourself as a person and to just develop yourself as a teacher, you know. So I am really proud to meet Teacher Frank. I've been watching your videos. Nanny J, I've been watching your videos. You're doing an amazing job. You always pump my spirit up. You know, sometimes I wake up and I sit for like 3 hours without lessons and I'm like, what? Let me just go back and sleep, you know? So I understand that I am still new and it's it's a process, you know. You can't just wake up and get bookings and everything. It's a process, and it Nanny J always says that patience is key. So you gotta be patient no matter how demotivated you feel. We are people. We need to always remember that it's so natural sometimes to feel tired and overwhelmed. So you just need to take it easy on yourself. You are doing a great job by teaching that one student. You are really doing a great job. So I am so happy to meet all of you. And I would like to say that can we have like these meetings oftenly, you know, to just like support one another, you know, to like reflect. So let's say, for example, after a week, we all come back and say, guys, my week was like this. What can I do? Teacher Frank and Neni J, you are here. You guys have been with Native Camp. I don't know about the others. Okay, so you guys have been with Native Camp for such a very long time. So we need that wisdom from you guys. We need that knowledge from you.
Well, actually, when it comes to English teaching, guys, I know, guys, we can actually do that
Uh-huh.
homework, right? That would be our
Yeah.
the most important thing there is that to feel not you're not alone working here.
Exactly. That's my point. That's my entire point, because you can see on the face group book that sometimes you cannot get all your answers, your questions answered. But I feel like this is the platform. Let's say we have a meeting every week to like, okay, I'll just raise my hand and I'll just tell everyone what I'm going through, the problems that I'm going through. There might be someone who's going through the same thing, you know, to encourage me to say, okay, for me to solve this problem, I did this. For me to get more booked lessons, I open more slots, you know. So that kind of communication, I think, guys, it will really help. So it's just a suggestion from me. I don't know about the others.
Have to finalize some rules that we have to follow with that. When it comes to this kind of meeting, this is
Yes.
a very what I call this a critical type of meeting because we're actually doing a group support community and it
Yes.
has to be supported with our company, not supported monetarily, but at least they will allow us to do this.
Give us a go ahead. Exactly. That's totally understandable. But it was just
Rules that we have to do. Like for
Mhm.
example, the name of teach students, other teachers,
Yes.
those are really not allowed. So please take note if we're gonna do this, expect that we are not allowed to say anything when it comes to students. We're gonna focus here experiencing and learning things.
About us, yes, developing ourselves. Yes. So I have a question now to all the other teachers. So it's been 1 month for me and a few weeks. And at first, the system check for me, it was just not easy, because they will tell you that your camera is dim, we cannot hear you, fix this, fix that. I want to say to the other teachers who are applying, be patient, you know, fix that issue, come back and queue for the system check. You'll finally go through and you'll finally start teaching. And with the approval of your profile, be patient also. If they tell you to change your profile picture, go and change your profile picture. So guys, I'm from a workout. That's why I'm wearing this. You can't wear this on your profile picture, right? So you need to wear like a shirt, look formal, and your background also, guys, do the right things, and then you'll finally get through. Another thing that I want to ask, so I've been struggling a lot with booked lessons, but it's not stopping me anyway, because there's another teacher who always says sudden lesson is life. So I've been getting a lot of sudden lessons instead of booked lessons. So what happens is that my one student will come back for eight times. So instead of booking my lesson, they prefer just coming back on a sudden lesson. I'm like, what? Why can't you just book? Because you enjoy my teaching. So I just wanted you teachers to give me advice on that.
Okay. For me, let me do it first. And I think the best thing that you have to do is it's the norm when it comes to teaching here for just 2 months or 3 months, 6 months. I'm going to tell you, I've been working here for more than 5 years already. And I started, I think, 6 months when I became able to have the top teacher approach or here at Native Camp. Or we don't have any home-based teaching. Okay, we all are office-based teachers, so I have to report in the office. And again, it's my first time to do online teaching. I've been teaching as an offline teacher here in the Philippines and also abroad. However, the most challenging thing there is that when I talk and I see my face.
Wow.
In my own view, during that time I'm still in the learning curve, steep learning curve, and I think I go through to that.
But you are amazing. I just want to say you are amazing, honestly. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So when it comes to your question, when it comes to booking lessons, I'm gonna tell you, I was lesson time top 1 teachers during that time. It means I'm not booked. Lesson time, same experience as what you're doing right now. Have fun doing the sudden lessons, and as long as you acquire the number of lesson, students will be this teacher is just new here in the company, but he's actually putting a lot of time working here at Native. And I think he or she is very following his schedule, and that's
persistent.
facing that opening slot. And as what I've said, I think all of us always tell this, sudden lesson is life. 4 years ago, I was having a lot of reservation lessons. This time, I always have reservation. Once I open my slot, reserve right away. However, 2 months ago, that's the time I reborn at Native Camp. Why? Because 3 months ago, I was so busy doing my other job. I'm actually doing like a meet and greet event for Native Camp, and it was supported by the company, and it's so awesome experience. And since because of the pandemic, it makes me realize like, okay, I'm gonna do full-time lesson here at Native Camp, and it's so challenging knowing that I've been conducting lesson with only reservation, and 2 months ago, I don't have any reservation classes.
I want to say. Okay, so I just want to say having no reserved lessons, it's frustrating because you always think that is there something wrong with me? And I know it sometimes gets to that point where you ask yourself that why? I'm getting like good reviews, I'm getting good feedback. A lot of students will be like, wow, Teacher Chrono's class was wonderful. It was great. I had fun. It was exciting, but you're still not getting reservations. Like, as I said, I get like maybe 5. I've got now 5 people who are always coming back, and it's more than like 5 times now. And I'm like, but why can't they book my classes?
Okay, can I give you an end point of that frustration? Okay, try to heighten that kind of level. Like for example, I have 5 students coming back to my lesson here. If you have students already who are frustrated to have your sudden lesson, that's a time you will feel like this is the time to do have reservation lesson. If you think you can still count students who tried to do your sudden lesson and like they're still having convenience, they're still comfortable taking your lesson, it means it's not yet the time to say that I should have reservation lesson. I think the best thing is like when all your students always complain, how to get your sudden lesson is so difficult. That's what happened 3 years ago, 4 years to 3 years ago. Very difficult to have sudden lesson with you, Frank. That one. And then time goes by, I have already reservation lessons. And please take note, all home-based teachers, once you are going, you will be invited to do Callan lesson training. I know it's very, like what do you call this one? You are anxious about how to do that one. Why teachers speak so fast? Are they breathing or are they doing that practice and a lot of things. So again, guys, if you will be having an opportunity to become a Callan teacher, grab that opportunity right now and then. Okay? So guys, it's normal not to have a booking lesson, especially you're still starting. Try to number of lesson time you have as of this moment. And if it's still around 2,000 below, 3,000 below, or 5,000 below, it's normal to have sudden lessons. Once you already have a lesson and above, that's the time. Oh, this new student coming here in native camp who don't know or who doesn't know.
And they're like, she has 5,000 lessons already. I'm booking this person. Yeah, it makes sense.
So it's just like that. That's how it works. All right. Okay. So I have here a question from teacher Nanay Jane. All right. Okay.
Okay, I will just share something, Sir Frank, in connection to teacher Crony's concern regarding reservations. I'll just share my experience. During the pre-flag or pre-reservation week, I wasn't able to maximize that actually. I only had few reservations. And then after that, really, I'm one of the teachers who are saying sudden is life because it's really sudden, it's life. I think that's one of the advantages also of native camp because we have the option of if you don't have reservations, go stand by and wait for sudden lessons, right? Unlike other ESL company. But you just do your best during your sudden lessons and native camp will notice you, the students will notice you, and reservations will come back. Because that's what happened to me. I am not yet fully booked. But after a month of conducting only sudden lessons, I was surprised that I had reservations and until I can finally increase my rank. And that's it. Right now, I am conducting only book lessons for more than a month. And because I that's my personal choice, just to take care of my rating and so that I can increase my rank. But yeah, sudden is life, lifer, and lifest.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Teacher Jane. All right, so I have here a question from one of our YouTube viewers here, from Miss Pony Lover. Pony Lover. Okay, so how true, sir, na maraming complaints sa native camp like salary and admin staff? Please advise po. Okay, for me, in my own point of view, I've been reading a lot of messages, and it doesn't mean that I don't reply some messages in my personal account. I neglect them. I'm actually, gathering those questions, try to observe if it's true or not. I think when it comes to salary, guys, because of the pandemic that we're experiencing right now, there's a delay. And I totally understand that. And you should understand that one because I think all industry right now, not only ESL industry, experiencing this kind of salary issues. Okay, so you have to understand that. But before this pandemic, correct me if I'm wrong, have you ever experienced a delay salary? No, right? So that's my point here. And the other one for the admin staff, I think I would not think that it's actually a problem. Maybe more. I consider that one as communication barrier because it's online. Second is culture barrier. Our culture. How we address our questions, how we how we make the question and how they reply those questions. Again, guys, our admin staff are combined with Filipinos, with Japanese, and you have to understand that they tried their best to answer it in English, and sometimes those things has to be considered also. And you have to understand that maybe they are sound like a little bit, what I call this one, uh, bossy when they answer questions, but I always like, oh my god, I feel hurt with this answer, especially when I have a cancellation. Again, I just want to tell you guys, I have 2 cancellations today. I overslept, so so ah, my incentives just gone just today. So I was so devastated, and I got that message, and I know it's a system message, but it really hurts, you know. And I tried to reply, tried to explain myself what happened. Yeah, but still, I overslept, and that's actually my 4th cancellation for this cutoff. That's so. Imagine that I've been working here for 5 years and still have that kind of issue. So it's normal, guys, to have issues in life as a teacher. So this is my last attempt. So I cannot afford to have another cancellation. So the first cancellation, it was really a system glitch. It's not native gap, maybe my internet. So it's very important to always check your internet connection during your reservation classes. Imagine my internet do buffering at 59 to 9:01. So it means that it's in between the time that the student wanted to take my lesson as a reserve lesson. And it happened. And even if I explain that to Native Camp, it's still my fault. It's my responsibility to have my internet connection. That's part of the contract. Internet connection is my responsibility. And I understand that part. Second is, even if I explain and they just reply like, okay, we understand, and then you still have to pay for that. It hurts. It seems that you're not listening to me. I'm giving you enough reasons to understand me, but in the end of the day, I realized like those kind of things are actually my responsibilities. Those things. That's why I use this one. If in case something happens, I use this laptop. So I always have like, okay guys, can you see this? Just never mind, I take that lesson. Those kind of things. So I always put that as my challenge, one of my challenge in teaching here, that it's not actually Native Camp's fault. It's actually sometimes, most of the time, our fault. And if there are some glitch, you just need to inform Native Camp about it. You just need to inform Native Camp about it. And they are not biased to understand you. But if it, in case it's always happening, like you always have a cancellation, do you think you're not deserved to be deactivated? Right? So it's like that. Like, Teacher Frank, how about I have a electricity outage here? Wait. System outage for how many days? 2 days. But I have 16 reservations per day. That's 48, 42 reservations in 2 days. You're gonna cancel all those lessons because you don't have electricity. Native Camp cannot consider that one. Hey, you have to understand, when you try to when you enroll here or you apply here at Native Camp, you never talk about it, right? And you prove during your system check that your system, your computers, your electricity is there. And when that happened, that you complain. So here are the things that I can give you as my personal experience, because it happened to me recently. As you notice, I'm not already on the top because it happens to me recently. And it's my personal experience. I get hurt. I was really, what I call this one, demotivated. And it's easy to be demotivated if you're just working at home. If you're just working, feeling alone. That's why I said, oh my God, I'm so demotivated. I think I'm not alone in this feeling. I think other teachers are also experiencing this kind of feeling. So what I did is I tried to get support. Like, I tried to help people to understand that it's normal. And that's why we're doing this. That's why we're doing this. It inspires me. My mistake inspires me to help other people. Like, hey, it's normal. If you have a mistake, guys, it's normal. Just smile in it. If you have minus, I got 5,000 minus. Okay, and it hurts. It hurts. Is it okay to have 5,000 minus? No, it's not okay. But I understand. Okay, you have to identify. It's okay, and I understand. When you understand, you're gonna do better next time. So they said next cutoff, I'm gonna do better. Oh my god, but my reservation will be closed. Okay, Sudden is life. All right, Sudden is life. Okay, so other question from teacher Shani. Shani.
Hi. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher Shani. Yes, we can hear
Oh,
you.
okay, great. Um, I'm actually totally new.
Mhm.
But my concern is I'm like about maybe a week or two,
Mhm.
but I booked some lessons, but I didn't get any reservations. Now I'm actually very shy to start teaching. I don't know. I feel so intimidated. I need some help. I don't know. Like I am currently online teaching for another company, but for some reason at Native Camp, I feel intimidated. I've been through all the training materials, the learning kits, but I just need that push, that
Mhm.
final push. I don't know. I need some motivation. Nene Jayan, I listen to you all the time. Sir Frank, I love your YouTube channel. I'm a subscriber for both you guys. I enjoy it so much. You all are so motivating. It's unbelievable. I absolutely enjoy listening to you guys. And I thought, let me please join this Zoom meeting. I just need some inspiration from you guys.
Mhm. Well, when it comes to that, let's try to. I mean, I have a question. I don't have to. I don't. You don't have to mention about the name of the company. You can just mention how did you start at that company. Did you have a training or a personal training online?
Oh, well, I just had just a very brief training for about 15 minutes. But I think because it took me long to teach there as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, because I'm comfortable there, you see, I think it's my fear of treading new waters. I think that's what it is. Yeah. So I just needed some comforting words from you guys that know the system and are comfortable with the system, just to give me that heads up.
Okay. So I think you are not alone. You're you remember. I mean, I think you noticed that one that in the internet we have here new norms. New norms. Teaching online is a new norm. Okay, teaching online is a new norm, and we're part of it. Being intimidated, being uncomfortable, being unsupported, it's normal because we are at home. Okay, when it comes to teaching, talking to your student, and you feel intimidated because they're also intimidated, you're mirroring to what they feel. It's actually normal, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna stick there forever. I believe the way you talk, the way you what I call this one, tell your sentiment about teaching. For me, I actually my wife is Japanese, and I understand the feeling of Japanese. So if I'm your student, I'm gonna say, "Oh, I like this teacher. She's so honest." Yes,
Okay.
yeah, I feel like that. Like, oh, you are so honest about yourself. You actually pronounce the word properly, and you really speak very clearly, not very fast. It's very actually enough if I'm your student. So I think you're gonna earn a lot of students here. The only thing that you have to do, stop thinking if you're gonna click that not standby or standby blue button. Start clicking that standby button whatever happens. If you feel nervous, if the student coming in, it's normal. Frank was like